Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back. If you're new here, I always start off my videos like this. I started this channel to document my bodybuilding journey and the weeks leading up to my next competition or show in the bikini division. We are up this morning for our fasted cardio. It's about 6:30 in the morning. So just doing my normal morning routine and about to make my morning gut health regimen and then fill up my water bottle so we can be on the way. For my gut routine, I'm just gonna do like a little bit of water and then of course legendary apple cider vinegar just to kind of get us moving in the digestion department before the day even starts. And then we will fill up my water and then we are actually gonna add some probiotics and fiber. So we're gonna get this started now. So we're just gonna put about 2 tablespoons into the cup and then mix it with a little bit of water. And sometimes I don't feel like measuring it out. So honestly, I do like kind of like a big sip looking thing, kind of like that. And then we'll just add some fresh water. I'm just gonna mix it in. Super good. I can never do it in like one big gulp because it's still kind of like acidic. So I gotta do like 3 good gulps and then we're done. But I'm gonna fill up my water bottle. Take this and just do 1 good scoop. So 1 good scoop in. And something else I like to do, so if you guys don't know anything about these are the Skittles to go gallon drink mixes. They're 0 sugar. They do have some calories in it though, so I never use a whole one, but usually like a quarter to a half of one is good for like the entire day because it's so like kind of potent. Like you can definitely taste that it's sweeter. Even though there's no sugar in it. So I just kind of put a little bit in my water to just kind of help give it a little more flavor. So that's what we're gonna do. Just give it a little bit of powder in there to give us a little extra something because the fiber is also flavored too. So don't need too much, which is nice. All right, and that should do it. And then we'll have the rest for like tomorrow. Gonna mix it up in our water and then we will take a few sips, get hydrated, and be on our way to cardio. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Guys, it's been so freaking cold here in Nashville. I thought I was moving away from the cold. I moved from Jersey and I'm like, it's still freaking cold. But I mean, it's still not as like brisk as Jersey's cold is, but I'm like still waking up like Florida doesn't sound too bad, so just saying. But yeah, we're on the way to the gym to get this going. We have just 40 minutes fasted today. Cardio hasn't been super high. We've been in like a little maintenance period for the last few weeks, just kind of getting my body to recover because we were in a deficit for a little while prior to this already because we were gearing up to possibly do nationals, which is actually this weekend. So good luck to all my friends and all my girls competing in nationals this weekend, but this will actually probably come out afterwards. So it'll be amazing to see who did a great job at nationals and see how everyone else does too. It was a possibility we were gonna do that show, but we decided to go for an earlier show in 2026. That way we'll be more so ahead of the game as far as prep goes, and we won't have to kind of like run into the ground to get to where we need to be. So since we were already in a deficit for a little bit, to see if we wanted to do that show, I needed to kind of go into like a little maintenance period first to see, or to make sure that my body was where it needed to be so we can kind of push into the new season. So that's where we are, but we're gonna check in with Coach on Monday. We already talked to him this week, and we're gonna have one more week of just kind of maintenance calories, lower cardio. So he actually decreased my cardio from last week, because last week I had 50 minutes of cardio to do each day, and then he pushed it down to 40 minutes this week. And then we're kind of gonna see how we need to adjust in the weeks ahead. So we're actually about 12 weeks out, and I'm just really excited for it. So yeah, so we're going to get our 40 minutes done, which is nice, because I feel like cardio is kind of more of a breeze these days, just because it was like kind of high in the last few weeks before Thanksgiving, which is fine because it put me in a really good spot. I'm ahead of the game at this point for 12 weeks out. We only have maybe 7 pounds to go, so I feel like that is ample time to get done what we need to do to just be coming in right and conditioned. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of just, you know, follow the plan and see what happens. So we are almost at the gym, and I'll see you guys after cardio. Okay, cardio is done. So I'm going to just implement my normal routine after cardio. Can't even think right now or breathe. I'm gonna implement my normal routine after cardio, which is just my vacuum exercises, just to keep my core tight and practice some core control, which is super important for stage. Trying to definitely implement more core work and gut health into my routine, more so than I've done in the past. My goal is really to just tighten up in the core area, really just bring in that tightness and conditioning where it matters most, which in bikini we all know, tight waist is your best friend. Definitely just making sure that I'm adding in things that are essential to improving on that, because I feel like that's definitely something that would make a difference between my last preps and this one. So we're gonna start doing some more vacuums after cardio in the morning, along with some core work too, like ab exercises, circuits, things like that. But I already did an ab circuit yesterday morning, which was my first one of this prep, so I'm actually pretty sore today. Clearly I don't work on abs enough. I'm just not used to doing that. I used to do abs all the time, but I also was like a D1 track athlete, and that's all we did every damn day. So I just developed my abs over the years, and before that I was competitive cheerleader, so you know there's a lot of core work in all of that movement. So I just never needed to honestly maintain my abs with exercises. They kind of just stuck around, and they are still there and pretty prominent, but I think I want to continue to just improve on like my core strength overall and just build a better foundation there. So we're adding in exercises again in this phase of my life. Since I am pretty sore from adding them back in yesterday, I'm not gonna do a circuit today, but I'll probably do another one tomorrow morning. So we'll just do our vacuums this morning and then stretch a little bit, and then we'll be on our way back home so we can eat, because your girl is getting hungry, which is a great sign of our metabolism firing up since it's early this morning. So gonna get this stretching done, and then I'll see you guys when we're finished.
You ready to go out? You ready to go out? How was your sleeps? How was your sleeps? You ready for your morning walk? Ready to go? Outside? Yeah, let's go outside.
Hey guys, so we are all showered up, looking a little better than we did this morning. I like to just get myself together for the rest of the day. It gives me a little motivation to get some stuff done. So we are now at the point I'm going to make my first meal of the day, which honestly, like my food has not been like drastically low or anything because there's really no reason for it at this point in prep. So like I told you earlier, we're 12 weeks out. So we've got a bit of time to really kind of build momentum going into this show. And obviously things will change based on how we're looking weekly, but right now we're in a pretty good spot, like macro wise. So we've got a good amount of carbs. It's not like the highest, but it's enough to where I feel still fueled throughout the day. I have energy, my lifts feel great, and I am in a spot where like I'm loving how I feel in the gym. I have good energy, I'm feeling strong. And I'm going to enjoy that while it lasts, because as the deficit gets deeper or bigger over time with higher cardio and less food, that, as I know, is going to decline. Okay. So we have to make the most use of the energy we have, the food we're getting, which is fuel for our brain, our muscles, everything we need to have a productive day in prep. So I'm gonna make my first meal, which is typically the same every day. Honestly, most of my meals are the same, give or take. I might interchange like 2 of them throughout the day, depending on how I feel, how the week's going, and kind of what I have at home at the time. But my meal one pretty much stays the same all the time. So it's just gonna be oatmeal and egg whites and some chicken sausage. But I literally ran out of chicken sausage yesterday. So I'll be a little bit under with the protein in that meal. So I'm going to have to probably substitute it for something. Maybe I'll just do protein powder. Maybe I'll do I'll figure it out. But I'm going to chef up my first meal and we're going to eat. And then I have some client updates to do. So I actually do one-on-one online coaching. So if anyone ever needs any tips, fitness-wise, health-wise, longevity, whether you want to build muscle, lose fat, that is usually what I do outside of my prep life. So I'm going to be updating some client plans today, along with checking in with some of my posing clients and just seeing where they're at. If anyone needs assistance with anything, it's a pretty chill day. It's a Friday. So I usually leave this day to be more on the chill side as far as just doing like more administrative tasks. So just going to check in on some of my clients after this. And yeah, it's not a like crazy day today. I don't have a lot to do, but then I'll probably just make sure we are on track with digestion and everything. So after we eat, I'll probably walk on my walking pad for like 15 minutes or so while I do some work on my phone or check some messages. And then we have a lift later today. I have shoulders today. So I'm going to get some film for you guys in the gym and maybe some posing today as well. And yeah, that's pretty much what we got. So I'm going to eat and then I'm going to catch up with you guys in the next clip. I just had to come back on here real quick and iterate how important it is to know how to track your macros and know how to adjust them when needed, because it's such a freaking game changer. Like, I know a lot of people are super into like the whole meal plan thing. They don't have to really think as much. They just eat what's on the plan. But I feel like for longevity purposes, it's very important to have a macro plan, just because, prep is the type of thing where you want to implement a lot of those habits into your regular daily life. Like, to be successful and maintain a good body composition beyond just competing or any sort of sport, if you will, it's important to know how to adjust your food, how much intake you're consuming, or just the types of foods that sit right with your body. For example, I just told you guys that I don't have my chicken sausage for today. So it's always good to be prepared. Have options in your house of different types of food. Not necessarily all types, because not all type of food is the best for us, as we know. but have different options that you know is going to fuel your body properly. So I don't have chicken sausage, but your girl, come on. I got my sweet and spicy tuna, which I love. I almost forgot I had this, but this is why you should always be prepared and have these sorts of options in your house. So now I can just substitute my chicken sausage for a pack of tuna. And then with that, I know what my macros are each day, how much protein I'm supposed to be eating, how many carbs, how many fats. So I was able to adjust my normal meal to make sure the macros remain the same. So yes, I may have needed to come down a little bit in the like egg whites that I'm eating to account for the fact that I now have tuna as well. So I want to make sure that I'm hitting my numbers within each meal that is going to work in my favor. So just wanted to come on here and say that learn how to track and adjust your macros so you're still hitting your goals exactly how you normally would, even if your meals or whatever aren't exactly the same each day. It gives you variety and also just makes sure it keeps you accountable and that you know how to adjust these things moving forward, even if you're not preparing for something important like a show or a photo shoot or an event. You want to make sure that you know how to fuel your body properly so that you're always maintaining the body that you want. Hey guys, so just finishing up 20 minutes on my walking pad. I like to do a 15 to 20 minute walk after each meal. Just helps with some digestion rather than just kind of like sitting around. We want to make sure we're pushing those nutrients into the parts of the body that need it. Not so it's like kind of like sitting heavy in our stomach, and also helps me, you know, keep my expenditure up for the day. So getting my steps in, making sure I'm hitting my step goal daily, which is something honestly that I have not been great at in past preps. Like that was honestly one thing that I did not focus on enough. And you don't realize how important it is to maintain that as you're spending time on a goal to lose body fat. Like you have to move more during the day. And if you're someone like me, I work from home and I work for myself a lot of the time. So it's very easy to get caught up in sitting around your house all day, every day, especially if you're like focused on a task. You don't realize that you're not moving as much as you need to, especially given that you are wanting to burn more calories, have your movement up for the day. So I had to invest in getting a walking pad for the house in times where I cannot always run out and go to the gym and get steps or whatever the case may be, especially if I'm in between meetings or clients, updates, things like that. Again, goes back to what I said earlier. Make sure you're prepared, not only with food, but with anything else that is going to align you with your goals and what you're trying to do. If you need to invest in home equipment, do it. It is going to be the best investment you've ever made. I've got my walking pad. I even have an at-home elliptical in my living room for the days where I just need to get up, get some quick cardio in. I typically like to do the Stairmaster as my cardio. That's just my preference. That's my choice of cardio. It just feels really good. But there are times where I might not necessarily need to do the Stairmaster, or I may be short on time. I gotta get it in. And that way you can eliminate any excuses for yourself as to why you cannot get it done. So there shouldn't be any reason. Don't give yourself any reason to prolong your goals or make excuses or delays. Just wanted to say that. So we're finishing up with our steps for this meal, and then now I can get into some more work for the day, and then we'll get ready for the gym later on. So I'll get some more footage for you guys when it's time for that, and I'll see you guys in a YouTube minute. So you're probably wondering why I'm in the dark and looking like this, but I am laying down for my pre-workout nap, which is like my little ritual before I have to work out, like midday or in the evening. I always have to like lay down and just decompress a little bit, whether I nap or not. I just like to get the rest in. Since I do prioritize like having that movement up in the day, still prioritize when it's time to rest and recover. So I just tend to do best when I rest a little bit before getting ready for the gym. It just gives me another little burst of energy. I don't, allow it to last too long, like over an hour, just because I don't want to throw off like my normal sleep patterns and routine, like when it's time to wind down and take it down for bed. So I want to make sure I'm staying consistent with sleep as well and being rested for each day as it comes. So we're just going to have a little, maybe 45-minute to hour cat nap, just laying down a little early so I can recharge my battery. And we'll be back up to get ready for our workout later this afternoon. So I'll see you guys in an hour, which would be another YouTube minute. So I'll talk to you guys in the next clip. Okay guys, we're up. I'm about to make another little meal. I kind of consider it a snack because I freaking love it. I actually have this as 2 meals in my day. So we're gonna need peanut butter, Greek yogurt, and you're gonna also need some protein powder of your choice. I like to do a cookies and cream flavored type deal, but you really can kind of do anything depending on what you have a taste for, but cookies and cream goes best with this for me. And then y'all, what? 0 sugar whipped cream, which you don't need a lot of, but it does have 0 carbs. It's only like 1.5 grams of fat per serving, so just be conscious of it, but fantastic for like a little topping if you want like a little sweet treat. So I'm going to literally mix this up, and then you just put the whipped cream on top, and then that is 2 of my meals for the day because most of my carbs are utilized pre-workout and post-workout. Yeah, so I try to just make sure the other meals I have throughout the day are something I still enjoy. And even with like the protein powder twice a day, I think most people kind of find that maybe it upsets like their stomach a little bit, or like they feel maybe a little more on the bloated side, or their digestion gets wonky. For me, honestly, with how things have been going the last few weeks, I haven't noticed any issues with me doing the protein powder twice. Typically, I try to be careful and only do like maybe 1 protein shake a day, or anything involving protein powder like once a day, just to avoid any other like digestion issues. But since I haven't had any so far, knock on wood, because I don't want to bring that up, I've been having this like little sweet treat twice a day because the macros are fantastic, very low carb. I'm going to literally make this. That's going to be my post-nap meal, and then I'll have 1 more meal before we hit the gym in a little bit, which is probably in a couple hours or so, and then I'll have 2 more meals left over for the rest of the day. So just wanted to show you guys my little trick. I'm going to show you what it looks like after we're done and get the show on the road. Hey guys, so this is the consistency of it once it's all mixed together. It's pretty thick. Kind of reminds me of like a thicker like dip, but this is basically what it's going to look like. I know it looks super weird, and it probably would be weird for someone to eat depending on like a texture thing if you're not into that, but I tend to love it. But this is what it looks like before you top it with the whipped cream, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we put our pretty whipped cream on top. And voila, our sugar-free, carb-free whipped cream. And this is gonna be so freaking good. I sprinkled in some Splenda as well, just like a pack in there to give it a little extra sweet. So it's gonna be like a peanut buttery cookies and cream, sweet flavored, kind of thick dip type thing. So I don't even know what to call this because it's not quite a yogurt because I made it thicker, but I don't know. It's just a thing. So if you're not into it, so be it. But I'm gonna kill this right now. Okay guys, I just finished up doing some more work. I'm about to get ready for the gym. I'm pretty much ready, at least from the top up, but I'm gonna finish putting on the rest of my clothes. I have some veggies in the air fryer cooking up while I do that and get ready because I'm going to have my 3rd meal of the day before training. And then I'm going to pack the rest of my meals for the night. I'm going over to my boyfriend's house for the remainder of the day. I'm going to go over there to lift and then just go back home to our other house. So that's what we're going to do. Multitasking at its finest when I have all my meals prepared, and then kill 2 birds with 1 stone by getting ready for the gym. We're going to take the doggy out one more time before we leave and head out, and we should be good to go. So we're going to get these shoulders in today. So I'll see you guys once all of that is done and we are about to go in for training. Meals packed. I got my ground beef ready, our veggies, and then we've got cream of rice that we'll make post-workout. And then I always just bring Splenda packs and some salt just to always have something to top off the food. And we're just gonna put it in our little bag, pack it up, and then we are on our way. So we will chat at the gym, y'all.
Vibe blowing at the J, got the loud jumping at the pay. Everything I'm on slack. Everything I do is got the Benz jumping at the bay. Vibe blowing at my J, got the loud jumping at the pay. Everything I'm on slack. Everything I do is got the Benz jumping at the bay. Another milestone, look at that. Paper boy on my paper route till I'm 6 down on my back. I'm an old soul like my dad. My old girl still a fan. And yo girl at the live show, so don't act like I ain't the man. I'm kicking my feet up, get frank like Aretha. I'm calm but I'm teed up, just flip me a stack. The re-up just doubled up off of the muscle, I stuck to the task. They see me, I'm troubled, I'm bubbling up till it's stuck. And they want me to stay where I'm at. I'm good everywhere that I'm stepping, my presence is crucial. You know that this shit not on trend. On a big wave, I'm controlling the tide. Snake eyes when you rolling the dice. So with the stakes inside, I can never take another nigga advice. They can't reach the sky, I'm aiming up high. Just wanna know what it's like. Y'all know what it's like, I come from outside of this. Out the quicksand, I'm the big man, doing big things. Cop a big change, up a state lines, doing stage dives on cam. Get my good side. It ain't no limit to my vision. Check the temp, I'm on fire with it. Got the band jumping out the bag, Prosecco on ice. I'm nobody nice. Go run up a check, demand my respect. I'm doing the most, I never quit. They want me to quit. I'm good as it come, I'm good as it gets.
Are you doing wellness book? What are you doing? You can run through both of them. Huh?
Do wellness first,
Okay, yeah, let's do wellness first. Just do your routine. Sit back into your hips like more, like kind of hinge as if you're kind of like doing an RDL. Because it makes your waist smaller from the front. There you go. Yeah, there you go. That's way better. Good. And then just lift your chest just a little bit. Yeah. Good. That's the only, I know. It's break your back, bitch. Break your back. Yeah, break your back. Because I hate when I see people like, I mean, you're not like fully upright, but when people are just here and I'm like, so how are you going to show that your lower body looks more dominant than your upper body? So like with wellness, like to enhance your curves, you have to like sink into your glutes. So you see more glute from the front and less like waist. Does that make sense? The more further back it goes, the smaller it seems. Yeah. Because bikini, there's none of that.
Oh, so y'all just go straight into
Yes, to the side pose. Like we walk in. So I usually have people start out with their foot on like a 45-degree angle. So see how your like profile, like if this is a line, have it like 45.
So, like,
So let's say like your foot's like 45 on this line. You want this foot to meet in the middle of this foot on the same line. So it's on the same plane. Yeah, because you want to be with bikini, the difference is that they want it to be like symmetrical from top to bottom. If there was a line coming all the way down from your elbow to the floor,
like
yeah. Because if it's too close, then you're gonna look wider up top and smaller at the bottom. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Just let it relax. There you go, much better. Good. So then you're gonna step back the same way you came. I'm like, I was ready to catch you. Oh, the wonders of posing. And then from there, yeah, you can either reset back into your pose this way, or you can just kind of like swing it in front, but very small with the arms. So whatever feels more natural, I always tell people. I know, I kind of just shrug. I'm like, what is this point Dexter thing? Like, like, I'm like, what, who started that? Let's like, all right, you want to try to put it all together slowly?
Yep.
That's a wrap for this video. We are in house number 2, about to look at this. What's going on? Clearly I was working out. We're going to eat our post-workout meal, shower, get ready to just chill out for the rest of the evening. As usual, stay safe wherever you are. See you in the next one.